Hello there folks, this is John again, and today I want to learn, or rather I want to take you on the venture on how I would learn how to mic up a cabinet using my new Holly Benton 2x12 vintage. So it's loaded with Selection vintage 30s, and the mic I have at my disposal right now is this old Shure PG58. So not even the SM58 version, this is more of the lower budget version of that mic. And this is about 50 bucks. And yeah, this is just for learning how to do stuff and seeing what happens. So first things first, I'm just going to slap it right in front of it without much thought. And let's see. So, okay, here's the one edge of the speaker. Here's another edge of the speaker. So this is about the center. And let's go a little bit further, so somewhere in between the center and the edge of the speaker, right up to the grill. Something like this, just for starters. And let's just see what happens, shall we? So let me set the volume. Needs to be pretty loud, so the mic doesn't pick up much more else. Yeah. Okay, then let's record a quick whiff, shall we? Alrighty, and now let's just give this one a quick listen, see what we got here. Hey, for a first try, that's not too bad actually. But I believe we can do better. Okay, so what I noticed from this tone is it's quite grouped and it's pretty bright. So a couple of things we could try. Either move the mic a little bit further out, or take down the filter here on the Proco Red notch so it's not too bright and harsh up there. I kind of want to first try to move the mic a little bit out. So let's just grab this. Put it somewhere over here. So this is, yeah, this is pretty much the edge of the speaker. Right here, right up against the grill. Yeah, something like this. And let's try this out now. Okay, now let's listen to that. Okay, I could also turn up the mic a little bit more, because this is pretty quiet. Oops. And let's compare. Okay, so that's not too shabby, but now I also want to record pretty much the center of the speaker to have a couple of points for reference. So, okay, here's the one edge, and here's the other edge. So this is about the center, get right up in there, and let's record that as well. Great, now let's listen to that. Turned out a little bit quiet as well. Okay, so here we have 3 reference points from which we could move on. This one is in the middle between the center and the edge of the speaker. This one is at the edge of the speaker. This one is at the center of the speaker. In all 3 of them, I notice a little bit of harshness up there. That could be the mic, that could be the speakers. Well, the Celestion Vintage 30s are pretty much known for being a little bit brighter and having more of that upper mid-range going on, which is perfect for guitars. And also the PG58 mic, well, since it's a cheaper version of the SM58, I guess it's just not as great on the top range. I kind of also want to try out the middle position between center and edge, but to the other side. So on the right side, away from the center. The key is about okay. Something like this. Usually I would use the flashlight on my cell phone, hold it against the grill, and then you can kind of see the speaker and you can place the mic a little bit more accurately. But since I'm recording this with my cell phone, then I can't do that, of course. So let's try this. Okay, now let's check this out. And let's compare to the in-between position on the left side. So that's interesting. Definitely different, but this is not exactly a scientific experiment here. So it could be that on the right side, I'm a little bit further out, and on the left side, I was a little bit further in. But still, this poking frequency up top is not as harsh. So that's interesting. I'm pretty sure, or almost sure, I'd say about 60% sure, it's because these 2 glue blobs for the connectors on the speaker are actually on this right side from the center. You may know from Nolly's videos about miking up a cab that pointing the microphone at these glue blobs or in the direction of the glue blobs, then the top end isn't quite as harsh because these glue blobs kind of muffle those higher frequencies. Okay, and then actually that already sounds pretty nice for starters. So let's just work with that for now. Let's make a second take and see how it would sound in the mix. Okay, now let's pan these 2. Let's just listen in. I'm not sure about you, but I think for first try, that's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. Really, first time miking up a cab? Well, gotta be honest, this is not exactly my first time miking up a cab. I experimented with this already yesterday. But I just want to walk you through the learning process of how would I approach learning this new technique. And there we go. So pretty solid starting point. Now let's go from there. Let's give it a little bit of EQ and see what we can do with it. So I'm just gonna add EQ. Which one should we go with? You know what? Let's use Gem EQ first, just for some general balancing. For example, that lower mid-range is pretty strong. So let's take that down a notch. Okay, then right away I want to go in and take care of some problem areas. First of all, a little bit of filtering at around 100 Hertz. Yeah, you can also already see around the 500, 600 Hertz range is pretty strong. So something like this. And then I'm hearing some resonances. You know what? The very low end of the guitars is also pretty strong. So let's turn this into a low shell filter. Let's give it 2 settings and compare. Yeah, this is a little bit cleaner with the low shelf. But I also need some more mid-range. It's a bit scooped. Yeah, something like this. Let's turn down the input level so it doesn't create too many harmonics. Yeah, something like this. So there you go. But now I kind of want to go on with the next step and just move this mic back towards the other side. But then I turn down the filter here on the Proco Red, so it's not too harsh up there. Something like this. And should I do something with the EQ? No, let's keep it like this for now. A little bit more, okay, and let's see what happens. Alrighty, and now let's take off the EQ again and just listen to these two different versions. Yeah, I like both very much. You know what? Let's censor this one guitar and let's compare again. Back here we had this middle or in between position without dialing down the filter of the Proco Red. And here now the new one with dialed down filter. That actually sounds pretty good. I like it. You know what? Let's move these to new tracks. I actually don't need this one right here. Okay, let's give those a different color. And let's put those to a different bus. Let's give it the same color. No way, did I actually oh. Okay. Actually, I just wanted to get rid of the automation track, but it just got rid of my bus as well. Awesome. It's not what I wanted. Studio One. Okay, something like this. Okay, and now let's give this one an EQ. Notice that it sits better in the mix. It doesn't need as much of that dip in the low mid-range. But there's quite the noticeable resonance here happening. Actually, now that I take care of that, I notice that I don't like the low end as much. It's gotta work on it a little bit different. Still quite this brightness going on up there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. You know what would be interesting now? Use the one setup for the left and the other setup for the right. That's pretty cool. In this way, you have two kind of different tones for left and right, at least very different nuances, and that gives you a much richer guitar tone than having exactly the same tone for both. Okay, and there you have it. That's my approach to learning a new skill, especially applied now to miking up a cabinet. Just slap a mic in front of it and see what happens. Just see what happens. Now, my next step would probably be get a different microphone, like an SM58 or an SM57. I already watched a couple of videos about it, and for guitars, they don't sound that much different actually. So I might as well get the 58, which is also a bit more tailored to vocals or voice. And I could use that for recording my voice for videos in the future as well. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you next time.